Alrighty then, so I just saw Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and wow, this movie was horrible. Now, before moving ahead with the rest of the review, I thought I'd give my thoughts on the Jurassic Park franchise as a whole. Overall, I think that the original trilogy is an admirable series of movies that push the boundaries of special effects. The original trilogy was made during a time when visual effects were used to help tell a movie as opposed to a movie being used to showcase a visual effect, and I think it really shows. The first two films in particular did quite a good job at blending the fantastical elements of bringing dinosaurs back to life with the implications and consequences that would have on mankind. Fast forward to 2015, and Universal decides to reboot the franchise with a new leading man, and honestly, I thought that the first Jurassic World movie was decent. I think Chris Pratt was good in the role, there were some exciting and clever moments of action, and I think that for a big Hollywood blockbuster, the movie had some good resonant moments of heart. I'll be the first to say that 2015's Jurassic World is definitely not my type of movie, but I would still probably give it a 6 out of 10. And now we have this movie. Quick note before I begin this review, I don't think that I can actually describe my thoughts on this film without going into some detail, so here's your spoiler warning. Don't say I didn't warn you. As always in these reviews, I try to start off with the things that I liked about the film, so let's talk about what I thought the movie had going for it. Don't worry, this won't take too long. I like the fact that there were some interesting visual shots throughout the film, and I thought that the ending left the narrative in an interesting position as the franchise moves into the inevitable third film. And that is literally all that I liked about the movie. Now, I actually have no idea where to even begin with what I disliked about this movie, so I'm just gonna start word vomiting whatever comes to mind. It's definitely debatable, but I think that the worst part of this movie might just be the plot and how little sense it makes. From an overarching story standpoint, I found myself constantly asking things like, why is this happening? Who is this character? Why are they going here again? Literally every single character decision that was made in this movie did not feel earned or organic in the slightest. I swear it felt like every plot point within the film went something like this. Chris Pratt, come with me to save the dinosaurs because we have to go save the dinosaurs because I love dinosaurs and I don't want them to die. Okay. Or, hey other bad guy, I'm an evil bad guy, and I like money and you like money, so wait here a second so I can tell you how we'll make money. Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes. This movie is riddled with plot conveniences from beginning to end. Like, there were so many times in the movie where I found myself asking, oh, I guess she just knows how to pick a lock all of a sudden? That's convenient. Or, oh, I guess it was really lucky for you that those light switches just happen to be there so you can be safe now. How can I be expected to take this movie seriously when these conveniences just happen to save the characters because the writers are too lazy to set things up properly? Now, you might be saying, Philip, just turn your brain off and enjoy the movie. Did you really expect to take a Hollywood blockbuster like this seriously? And honestly, yes I do. Look, when you make a movie that shows people being viciously eaten by dinosaurs, I expect you to make a movie that makes me feel as though the characters in the movie are actually in real danger. And how can I feel any sort of danger when your movie has so many plot conveniences that unrealistically save the characters at every twist and turn? Every single performance in this movie ranges from bad to bored. I swear not a single actor in this movie impressed me in the slightest. Chris Pratt looked so bored whenever he was on screen, and I would not be surprised to learn that he wants to leave the franchise entirely. The performances from the paleo vet girl and the systems analyst guy felt too try-hard and unfunny, and I can only assume that the child actor is the daughter of one of the producers or something because she is so bad. Speaking of the paleo vet girl and the systems analyst guy, why were they even in the movie? They do next to nothing in the entire film. The girl is only there to do a blood transfusion on a dinosaur? And the guy actually does nothing besides spit out cringe-worthy attempts at comic relief. Neither character had anything remotely substantial to do with the plot, and neither character actually acted like real people. They could have removed both characters entirely, and it really wouldn't have changed the movie at all. And yes, you heard me right. They give a blood transfusion to a dinosaur while using the blood from another dinosaur. How did you know that would work? How did you know which blood type should be used? How would you even know how to perform a blood transfusion on a dinosaur? Not only that, what was up with every single character in this movie being so insanely one-dimensional? Not a single character has any depth to them at all, and they only have one driving motivation throughout the entire movie. The visual effects were also really bad in this movie. Like, not just the dinosaurs, but the environments, the buildings, the lava, all looked so fake and cheap. I'm really not sure what big budget studios' excuses are for such poor CGI in their films when movies like Blade Runner 2049 had visual effects that are flawless for a smaller budget. Hell, even James Cameron's Avatar looked better than this movie, and it came out 10 years ago. Anyways, I try to keep these real quick to the big points of the movie, and I feel like this is getting a little bit too long, so I'll wrap it up here. And as much as I could go into immense detail on every part of this movie that didn't make sense, I think you all get the point by now. Overall, this movie was an absolute jumbled mess that didn't work on a story level or on an enjoyment level. I was seriously sitting in the theater alternating between feeling insanely bored and extremely annoyed. This movie wasn't even fun enough for me to enjoy it as a comedy, I was just frustrated throughout the entire film. And with that said, I would absolutely recommend that you stay far away from this movie, and please don't support studios making horrible films such as this with your hard-earned money. Unfortunately, this movie wasn't so bad to the point where I enjoyed it, it was simply so bad. I'm very much looking forward to never watching this movie ever again, and I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10.